In this video, I'm going to be revealing 7 dark and manipulative strategies to make women obsess over you. These are powerful psychological principles based on how obsessions and compulsions are formed. I thought long and hard about whether to share these tips. In the wrong hands, they can cause a lot of emotional damage, but they can also help good men add some much needed excitement to their romances. And don't worry, I'll be focusing on how to use them for good instead of evil. So let's get into it. Okay, your first tip is to disappear for a while. Guys, don't be afraid to give your special girl the space to miss you. Obsessions are built in the moments when we don't have something. They're based on longing and craving. But if you're always at your lover's beck and call, you do not give her the space to miss you. More likely, she's gonna begin to take you for granted. That's what happens when someone or something is always around. But if you disappear for a while, this creates a contrast which helps women to realize how happy you make them. So I urge you to disappear for a while. I'm not saying you have to randomly ghost your special girl for a few days at a time. Instead, I'd urge you to create a life that's so busy, so full of awesome things that you genuinely can't be around her all the time. Second tip is to blow hot and cold. Be unpredictable. Slot machines are addictive because they're unpredictable. If you knew when they were always going to pay out, they wouldn't be anywhere near as exciting. It's the not knowing that makes you obsessed. That's because dopamine is released in anticipation of pleasure, not the receiving of it. In a similar vein, if you're a always nice, predictable, generous guy, women just won't be as excited to be around you because you're too predictable. It's the unpredictable men that they tend to obsess over. It's the not knowing that makes them excited. Now, I'm not saying that you have to deliberately be an arsehole just to keep a woman guessing. Instead, be authentic in all of your interactions. Practice radical honesty. If a woman says something that genuinely impresses you, go ahead and let her know. If she says something that's a bit silly or stupid or dumb, go ahead and let her know. That will naturally create the unpredictability that makes women want to be around you. Tip number 3, surprise your woman. The thrill of playing the slot machines comes with knowing you can win the jackpot at any time. If your woman gets that same feeling about you, this can really help her to develop a strong obsession. So don't be afraid to be that guy who gets your woman gifts spontaneously for no reason. Better yet, name a reason. Name something that she did that you enjoyed and tell her that that's the reason she got the gift. Then when she goes ahead and does that thing again, no gift the second time. Tip 4, be difficult to impress. Did you ever have a teacher who was really strict? If you were a good student, you probably worked harder to impress that teacher than someone who would easily give you good grades. You probably valued a B- from the strict teacher more than an A* from someone else. That's because we genuinely value what is difficult to work hard for. It works the same in human relationships. If you're a people pleaser who is always amazed by everything a woman says, she's going to value your respect a lot less. If you're difficult to impress, often she'll work harder to gain your approval. I'm not saying you should hold back when a woman genuinely impresses you. Instead, become a man who hangs around with impressive people and his standards for what impresses him naturally goes up. This will help you to become that guy that a woman wants to work hard to impress as well. Tip 5, use emotional language when flirting with women. Women thrive off emotions. It's in their feminine nature. The more you can push their emotional buttons, the deeper their obsession. The best blockbuster movies are packed with emotional highs and lows. Deep down, women want their relationships to be the same way. You can effortlessly recreate this drama by using emotional language. It can be as simple as picking a side and exaggerating your opinion playfully. Instead of saying you're not bothered what you want to have for dinner, let her know you love sushi but you hate ramen noodles. You can tell her you adore her blue eyes but you can't stand the way she slurps her soup. You can make these statements with a playful smile on your face so she sees you're kidding. The emotional impact will register all the same. Boom. Tip number 6 is to create dread. That sounds like the most toxic one, but bear with me. It has been proven that the fear of losing something is more powerful than the joy of having the same thing. As such, the moments that your woman spends doubting your relationship may be more powerful in creating her obsession than the good times. Now, pickup artists have many techniques for creating dread, such as ignoring a woman's text, sending open loop messages, using disqualifiers. I'm not going to get into these. I think that actively making a woman think that you don't like her is very toxic. It can be extremely see-through. Instead, I'm going to recommend that you continue to be the most attractive, ambitious, social version of yourself, even when you have women that like you. Become so desirable that it would become obvious that any woman in your life would begin to fear losing you. And your final strategy is to not reveal the end of the movie. Women want their romances to be like Hollywood blockbusters, but these are only good if it's not obvious how they're going to end. That's why I'd recommend never giving away when you want to have intimacy with a woman, not until the last moment, of course. It's better to tell a white lie about the reason why you want to invite her back to your place, whether that's for a nightcap, a late night movie, something like that. This helps to maintain the sexual tension between both of you. It makes her feel more excited to see what the end of the movie is going to be between you two, and she'll feel like less of a hussy for joining you. I'm not suggesting you tell massive lies about your life to get a woman into bed, but these white lies to build sexual tension, a woman kind of knows what the deal is in the back of her mind. It just makes her feel more comfortable, more excited to go with you, and ultimately increases the chance of you both enjoying a happy ending. So those are your 7 dark and manipulative strategies to build obsession in the women you meet. If you're the kind of guy who struggles to attract or maintain a woman's attention, my book Big Dick Energy is really going to help you with that. It features 12 powerful strategies to help you unleash your natural masculine energy and attract beautiful women. There's a link for that in the description and the pinned comment. Other than that, my name's Joe. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll speak to you real soon.